Hi, everyone, and welcome to our first Flow for Sleep session here on the Jeff platform. It is super exciting to be sharing this new class with everyone. We are across the board tonight, live on our live group, on our Together group, our UK Together group. We're on YouTube everywhere. So super exciting and just amazing for me to share the flow journey with all of you and how far flow has come and how far everyone who has joined flow has come as well. So welcome everyone. Good evening. Very different session tonight compared to our usual stretch or strength sessions. Of course, the session is aimed at sleeping. So a lot of really easy holds, deep breaths, a lot of breath work, not too much movement, quietness, stillness, and just trying to relax our nervous systems, trying to relax our minds, putting our body into a state of rest and digest, into its parasympathetic nervous system so it can go into a state of healing and repair. And we can hopefully all get a restful night's sleep. So if you're catching up the session, I really hope you enjoy it. I hope it serves you. Please let me know how it went. And then for those of you who are joining me live this evening, I'm going to try and hop between the groups to see a few of the comments and meet and greet everyone who is joining. So a big, warm welcome to everyone. Swipe in, let me know you're here. So leave a little comment for me, and I would be happy to see who all is here this evening. We're going to get started in about 10 minutes. So in the meanwhile, please grab a strap, a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a towel, you can use a karate belt. We always have quite a laugh chatting about all the replacements that you can use for your yoga strap. But you will need something that is at least as long as 1.5 of your arm's lengths, at least. All right, long exercise bands work pretty well as well. Good morning. Oh, good morning. I'm so used to being in the morning. Good evening, Samantha Reed. Carrie Lurie, good evening. Or good afternoon. I don't know where you are in the world, everyone. Let me know. Where are you signing in from? Thank you for joining. I'm very excited for the session. Guys, really very different to our normal sessions. So take it at your own pace. If something doesn't feel too great, rather skip out on it. Do something alternative, perhaps a previous pose if it felt better. And then we can always chat about it afterwards if I need to help you with alternatives for future sessions. Let me find everyone on the live page, see who is joining in this evening. I know a lot of us are really busy. This can be perhaps the time of the evening that you are doing kids and bath and food and who knows what. But I hope that you are able to join in for this, and I really hope that you enjoy it. So a big warm welcome to everyone joining. Good morning, lovely Coley. Welcome. Roz, I'm so glad you're here, Roz. Natalia, Elisna, all the names popping up here. I love it. I hope you are ready for a very relaxing 15-minute practice, guys. So a lot longer than our normal practice, almost double. Our normal sessions, of course, being around 30 minutes. So I, of course, feel super spoiled that I have so much time with you guys and so much time to do so much yoga. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Courtney Smith. Welcome, Courtney. I have not seen your name here for a long time. Noel, good evening. Gonna do this a bit later after all the chores are done. That's a treat. Also, it's Noel's birthday, so happy, happy, happy birthday. And I'm glad you can join us here. Vilma Pierce, good evening. Do I keep saying good morning? Guys, if I do, please excuse me. It's like I feel like the sun is shining on me here. And I'm so used to doing this in the mornings. But good evening, everyone. It's morning somewhere, right? Everyone, my mom is here. Hello, mom. Yay. Welcome, mommy. I hope you enjoy this. Lorna, good evening, beautiful Lorna. I'm so glad you joined. And lovely Lorraine, a big warm welcome. We have beautiful Pat Governor here. Sonia de Beer, enjoy the catch up when you do it. Christine already trying to calm down, but excited for this. That is super funny, Christina. You've got to be calm for this. The point is to be calm. I'm sure you will once we get started. Everyone, swipe in, let me know you're here. Alex Briggs, welcome. I'm so glad that you're joining as well. Everyone, if you've just hopped on, I just said you will need a yoga strap. You will need at least 3 cushions, I would say. If you have any other yoga props, then please make sure to get those, and you can use them as need be. I hope you're all feeling fantastic. This evening, we are on just about 5 minutes before we get starting. We are on the 14th of December, and I cannot believe it. I absolutely cannot believe it. Of course, here, Jeff kind of locking up this week. We are doing an amazing Jeff Must Run on Wednesday. So if you are signed up for that, then you will be treated. It is a recorded session, but you will be treated with a lovely flow stretch session on Thursday morning. I will be celebrating a wedding celebration with family. So I will not be live, but I have recorded a great session to stretch out your bodies after the Jeff Must Run on Wednesday. So please look out for that, everyone. Those of you who are new to Jeff, welcome to the platform. Amazing to have you all here. All right, let's see, trying to get all the groups together here. Let's see if I can find you. I can't see your comments. I'm trying to get to your comments. So bear with me, everyone. Grab your cushions in the meanwhile. Grab your straps. If you do not have a strap, then make sure to grab a belt, an exercise band, a karate belt, a scarf, anything that is about an arm and a half length will do. All right, I think I found some of you over here. Jolene Wilby, good evening and welcome. Tanya Barnard, Bridget van Eck, everyone, welcome. Tracy, doing it after Cyril has spoken, might need to release the stress. Yes, we will not be discussing that right now before our flow session. We're going into flow sleep. We're here to chill, to rest, and just relax. Guys, the main thing about these sessions, you're not going to get into your deepest poses necessarily. It's not fancy poses. It's not over the top. It's all about nervous system. It's all about breath. And sometimes that's hard because our minds are really busy. But the more you do these sessions, the more you retrain yourself, the more you change the neuroplasticity of the mind, of the brain, how it works, how it thinks, and that's really what the benefits, one of the main benefits is of these sessions. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Belinda, for being here, of course. Amazing to have Belinda here as usual. And to everyone else who is new, a big, warm welcome. I'm finding you all over here. Comment and let me know that you are joining. Welcome, welcome, Paula Santos. Going to do the session a bit later. Amazing, Paula. Enjoy it later. I hope that you enjoy it. Everyone, if you are catching up on the session, then let me know how it goes once you have done it. We're going to get started in about 3 minutes. So you can bring yourself into a comfortable seat in the meanwhile. For those of you who struggle to sit cross-legged, bent knees, please make sure to prop yourself up on a few cushions. You could even sit on a chair. For the first little bit of this practice, we're going to start with some breath work. So see how that goes for you. Hi, Megan. Welcome, 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 welcome. So great. Always to see all the names popping up here live at these sessions. But main benefit, I think, is that you can catch up on them. So if you really love the session, I'm always saying this, if you really love the session, write down the date of it in your diary so you can go back to the vault and do it whenever you want to, of course, if you are a Jeff Life member. Good evening, Lindy. Will sleep like a baby after the session. You will. You 100% will. Lisa Shaw, just caught up on this morning session. Looking forward to this one. Lisa, I am so impressed that you're doing a double session. That's the way to do it. That's the best way to do it, guys. The more, the better. The more yoga, the better. And who else is here? Amber, welcome. Razan, guys, who's swiping in for their coaches? Tag them over here so we can see. Are there any coaches here? Hallo Esemarie, pragtige Esemarie. Jy moet dit geniet later en ek is so bly om jou naam hier te sien. Dankie dat jy kom hallo sê. Laat weet my hoe dit gaan. Laat weet my of jy het geniet het. Lisa, good evening. I'm glad you made it, Lisa. Yay. Super, super glad you made it. Shirley Smith, everyone, a big warm welcome. Let's give it about another minute or so and see who else is popping on for the session. Hi, everyone. A big warm welcome. If you have not yet, if you're only popping on now, I want you to please go and grab at least 3 cushions. Grab them off your couch, grab them off your bed, and then a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, then a belt or a towel, and then we can get started. So welcome, everyone. Welcome to those of you who are new to Jeff. Welcome if it is your first time here with us. Welcome if it's your first flow session. This one is a little different to our normal stretch and strength sessions. It's our sleep session. It's the first one. So I really hope you guys enjoy this. I think we can get started. All right. So bringing yourself to sit, sitting cross-legged. If sitting cross-legged is very uncomfortable for you, I'd like for you to either prop yourself up on a cushion or 2, or you could extend your legs. If there's something behind you, you could always lean against it for now. And you can even sit up on a chair if that feels a little bit better. Otherwise, finding a nice, comfortable seat, I want you to take a big loop of the shoulders. Rest your hands down on your thighs. And then close your eyes. Ground through your sit bones. And draw the crown of the head nice and tall. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. And feel as though your shoulders are drawing side to side. With your head level, start to deepen your breath. So you want your seat to be pretty comfortable. If at any time it becomes really uncomfortable, please adjust, rearrange as you need to. But if you can, you're trying to sit quite still. Lengthening both the inhale and the exhale. So filling the lungs and emptying the lungs. If you're comfortable, the eyes will stay closed and you'll just continue to move through a few deep breaths just like that. In and out through the lungs. Expanding from front to back, from left to right, from the inside out. So imagining when a balloon fills and it fills in all directions, getting that feeling when you inhale and breathe into the lungs now. Taking a few moments here just to set the intention for this practice. And our intention is simply to calm. Our intention is to bring harmony within ourselves. And our intention is just to let go of kind of like the loose little strands of stress, thoughts, anxieties that's all around us. Just let that all melt down and melt off. Letting it go and knowing that for the next hour or so, you've put this time aside, so let's honor it. I want you to continue deepening the breath. And the next time you inhale, fill the lungs completely. So inhale all the way until you're full. Hold the fullness of the breath. So just hold in this full expansion here, feeling your capacity. And when you need to exhale, simply through the nose, exhale all the way out again, nice and long, nice and slow, with an activation of the belly, the intercostal muscles, to squeeze the breath out of the bottom of the lungs. I'm going to do 2 more like that. Inhaling to fill the lungs. Pause. Hold as long as you are comfortable. Make sure the shoulders stay down away from the ears. When you need to exhale out through the nose again, press the breath out. Last one, inhale through the nose. Hold the fullness of the breath. Hold as long as you're comfortable. Maybe you sip a last bit of air in. And when you need to exhale out through the nose again, all the way out. You can keep your eyes closed if you're comfortable. We're simply going to change the cross of our legs. For those of you who are sitting legs out in front, that's perfectly fine. If you're sitting on a chair, perfectly fine as well. Again, let's rest the hands on the thighs, grow nice and tall, and close your eyes. And again, we just let the breath move in and out, so release control of your breath. And then I want you to become aware of your right breath. Excuse me. So the breath coming in through your right nostril. And then become aware of your left breath. And the breath coming in through the left nostril. And then become aware of The breath moving in through both nostrils, almost drawing up into like the tip of a triangle between the eyebrow center. Bring your awareness to the sound of your breath. And bring your awareness into where you are in the room that you're in. Notice any noises in the space that you're in. And can you let those noises just melt away until all you hear is the sound of your breath once more? You feel the air on your skin, the temperature of the air around you. Notice where you are connecting with the ground. Notice where your body, your spine, and your head is in space. And for a last few breaths here, can you relax through your hips, your knees, and your ankles? And then let's slowly open the eyes. All right, so if you're on a chair, you're going to have to move down onto your mat. We're going to turn ourselves so that we're on the length of the mat, coming into butterfly pose with our legs so the soles of the feet are together. You're going to grab one of your cushions. So if you don't have your cushions, you need to grab some cushions now, everyone. And you're going to place it along the length of your spine. So draw the cushion in right to the fleshy part of your buttocks. With one of your other cushions, maybe you need one, maybe you need two. You want to place it in underneath the knees so that your knees aren't kind of hanging in the air or that you're pulling into the inner groins. Support yourself as much as you need. From here, you might even need a third pillow to place your head onto. You're going to lay yourself back onto your little cushion tower. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees gently fall out. Let the spine be completely supported. The head is supported. Your chin is tucked so you can see my chin is not higher than my forehead. My forehead is slightly higher than my chin. And I do that by really placing the cushion strategically under the skull so that the back of the neck stays long and you're not shortening or pinching into the brain stem where our spinal cord comes out from the brain. Here, I'd like you to choose a position for your arms. It can either be hands out to the side, palms facing up. It could be hands on the belly. Or it could even be one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. We're going to hold here for a couple of minutes. So make sure that you're comfortable. All right, so the whole spine is nice and supported. The back of the head is resting. Hands again can either be on belly, they can be out to the side, whatever's more comfortable. Close your eyes and just give your body's weight to the floor. So start to surrender a little more to gravity. And again, that image, that feeling of a balloon expanding in all directions, I want you to do the same again now with your breath. Feeling now, though, that you do have the floor and the pillow touching the back body. So the back body is not going to expand so much. But yes, the front of the chest and the sides of the ribs, I want you to flare them open as you deepen the breath, as you really open up through the lungs, but without force. And drawing that breath in and out through the nostrils. And when the mind starts to race again, if it's going to the to-do lists, or if it's sitting in the present, or rather if it's sitting in the past or in the future, bring it into the present. Relax your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists. Relax the scalp, your face, your jaw, and your neck. Relax your collarbones. Relax your lungs. Soften your belly, your hips, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, and your feet. Now that everything is super relaxed, just continue to draw the inhale fully to the lowest part of your belly and all the way out. If you feel you need a nice exhale through the mouth, please take it. All right, we'll stay just for a few more breaths here. And take one more full inhale. And a nice long exhale. And then let's all open our eyes. Feel the soles of the feet pressing into one another. Take the hands to your outer thighs and then draw the inner knees to touch. So now your feet are flat on the mat. Start to bring your heels a little closer to your buttocks. As you do that, you could move the cushion that's under your knees to the side. Roll yourself onto your side so that you can come up to sit for a moment, just to remove the cushions off your mats. And then bring yourself to lay all the way back down again, flat on the mat now, and slowly bring the knees to your chest. So now feeling how the whole spine is flat on the mat. Again, I'm trying to keep a bit of length through the back of my neck. And we'll take a twist. All right, so we're going to extend the right leg forward. Keep the left knee towards your chest. There's two options here. One option with a cushion and one option without the cushion. I really like the option with a cushion, but I've already done the option without the cushion today. So that's why I'm picking the cushion this evening. It's up to you. Option one, without the cushion, is you're taking that left leg over, you're bringing the left foot to the floor. So here, it requires a little more of activation and almost holding yourself in the pose. But we really want to relax. So I would advise reaching for one of your cushions, place it in underneath the left thigh so that that leg can really relax. My left hip is above my right hip. I'm going to open both my arms. My palms are facing up. And instead of twisting my neck to the left, I'm actually going to look over to my right. So the same direction that my knees are pointing in. Here you can really relax through the shoulders. Relax the whole body into this pose. Eyes can close. And I want you to keep the breath going. So through each pose, an opportunity to kind of discover the map of your body. So if you can imagine Google Maps or any map, an atlas, and it has all these little points and all these, what would you call it, landmarks, signifying something specific, something special, something dangerous. We have that in our body as well if we're prepared to become quiet enough to listen, if we become observant enough to see. Our body is a map to exactly what's going on within us. So becoming even quieter in the pose now, let's take 5 full rounds of breath. And remembering to lengthen the breath as you go. Coming back to that intention of being present. And please don't rush when you finished your 5th exhale. The eyes can gently flutter open. Let's look up to the ceiling first so we just secure the neck, the head, very sensitive part of our vertebra. You can roll back onto your buttocks, bend both knees, readjust the hips. Okay, so I've used my cushion on this side. I know I'll use it on the second side to balance myself out. Bring my right knee to my chest, extend left leg forward. So if you didn't use a cushion in your first round, then try stick to not using one in this round. We try to feel for balance throughout the body. Twisting over to our second side, open your right arm. Start to take your right knee across. Stack your right hip on top of left. Make sure that that cushion's really supporting you. And then we're not going to take the twist in the neck over to our right, but rather just gently looking over to our left. So a really subtle twist this. If at any point any of these poses feel too much, if there's a pinching pain, then you've gone too far, or perhaps your alignment's a little out, then move out of it, perhaps re-enter the pose, or perhaps you just skip this one and we can always chat about an alternative for you. Continue with a breath. Remember, we're staying here for quite some time. So again, an opportunity to just do a nice little full body scan. Try keep both shoulders nice and heavy. And let's take 5 full deep rounds of breath. Long full rounds of breath as you finish off all 5 rounds without rushing. Remember, we're bringing our head back first. And then you'll slide that right foot back onto the mat, left to join right, readjust the hips so you can bring your buttocks back onto the mat. You can place your cushion to the side. And then just bringing both knees to chest now. And again, that little squeeze. So if it's challenging to reach for the front of your knees, you could hold onto the back of your thighs as well here. And then we'll move through a few hip rolls. So let's all place our hands either side of the buttocks. Relax your ankles and your feet. Start to split your knees so they're going to mirror one another. Take them away from you. Let your lower back lift. So belly is soft and we're getting that nice rock forward and back in the pelvis across the sacrum. And we're going to get a little bit of movement in those hip joints, moving those big thigh bones around. And let's change direction. Well done. And let's do about one more. And then you'll bring knees back to chest again, either hands to the back of your thighs or your shins. All right, we're going to come to stand now, just to give the body a very gentle stretch out and get a little bit of an inversion down into the head. So let's roll ourselves up. You're going to move really slowly, really easy at your own pace. Bring yourself all the way up to stand. I know we don't want to, we want to stay on our mat, but I'm working with a plan here, I promise. Come to stand with your feet hip distance apart. Take a nice loop of the shoulders. And we're just going to take 3 spinal rolls. So I'll show you from the side. From the top down, take a little bend in your knees. Make your arms nice and heavy. Tuck your chin and just start to let the whole spine drip all the way down. If the upper back, the middle back, the lower back, if the spine is feeling tight, bend your knees even more. And when you move down, wherever it is, you might not be that low, that's fine. You could either rest your hands on your thighs, or if you want to traction the spine, you'd reach to your opposite elbows, allow the spine to release down, tuck the chin. We're going to take 3 full breaths. Please remember, if at any point you're feeling nauseous or dizzy, if there's too much pressure in the head in any kind of inversion, then you have to come out. Then rather come into a halfway lift where your spine is horizontal. Let's take that last breath. And then to roll up, release your hands, bend your knees so we activate lower belly and glutes. Press into your feet, start to roll up as you stack one vertebra on the other. Come all the way up to stand. Loop your shoulders. Full breath in. Gentle breath out. 2 more like that. Little bend in the knees, tuck the chin. Super slowly take yourself all the way down. Once you go down as far as you can, again, perhaps you're up high, you're resting on your thighs, just letting all the oxygenated blood move into the brain, the eyes, the sinuses, the jaw, all the glands in and around the head. If you're going a little further, maybe your legs straighten out, you'll reach for the opposite grip of the elbows to your first round. And again, relax your head down. And we'll take about 3 full breaths here. Full in through the nose and perhaps out through the mouth if that serves you. And to come up after your third exhale, release any grip of the hands. Bend the knees if they're not, your lower belly up. Roll your spine all the way up and loop the shoulders. Full breath in. Full breath out. Well done. Last one here. A little bend in the knees, tuck the chin. Heavy arms, heavy head. Go all the way down. Again, as far as feels good in your body this evening. Okay, for those of you who perhaps have the legs a little straighter, maybe the hands come around the calf muscles now, you can take yourself to fold a little further. All right, again, we're going to take 3 breaths here. Don't overstretch, don't overdo it. We're not trying to go into our deepest poses tonight. We're just trying to give the body a nice stretch. So we're just telling the body, relax, open up, release, let go, take up space. That's all we're trying to do.
And then you'll release the hands, bend the knees, press into the feet, and super slowly, again from the bottom up, you're going to roll the spine and you're going to loop the shoulders. Well done. Let's take a little opening of the chest. So just bring your hands behind you. Roll the shoulder caps back. Hands could stay to the lower back, or you could start to extend the arms and just reach the hands away from you. So I don't want you to focus too much on straightening the arms. I just want you to feel that you're really opening up through the front of the chest, the collarbones, and the front of the shoulders. Release, switch your interlace. Do one more round. All right. And then we'll come back to sit. So take your time as you need. Bring yourself all the way down. And if you remember, as we started in our butterfly pose, but instead of doing the reclining version, we're now going to do the forward fold version. So again, you can have your cushions nearby, all right? Placing a cushion in underneath your knees. So you want a nice bit of support here. Okay, so even if your hips are quite open, unless your knees are pretty much flat on the ground supported, I'd like for you to use a cushion. All right, and then here there's a few options. You could stack your little tower quite high, resting your hands kind of in front of you, and even being here, you'll just look over to one side, and then I'll call for us to switch to look over to the second side. But that's only if you're not fully comfortable just having your head forward. If you can have a symmetrical pose, then let's try that. All right? If you have a little more room to work with in the body this evening, you could take your hands in underneath your calf muscles. From here, head can relax down onto your cushion. All right? So again, you guys know we're going to be holding this. So I'll walk you through that again if you're not in the pose yet. My feet, soles of my feet are touching. They're quite far away from me. I've got my cushion in underneath my knees and thighs to support the legs. Okay, I'm sitting nice upright. And then I'm either going to bring quite a big stack of cushions here in front of me, just so I can rest nice and comfortable, relaxing forehead onto my hands, or looking to left or right, or perhaps moving a little deeper, any cushion variation that you'd like. You could place the hands underneath the calf muscles, take the head forward and relax down. So whichever pose you've chosen, please make sure that it's nice and supported. Lengthening through the back of the neck, relaxing through the hips, and keeping the breath nice and fluid. And so not using this time to really, contemplate your day, kind of immediately go into processing, and that's normal. So when thoughts and things start to arise in these more quieter, more still poses, that's fine. Let the thoughts come up, but try not attach to them. So try to just let them pass through you. And you're just constantly keeping yourself in the present moment, in the present moment, in the present moment. If you're really struggling with that, come to your breath. Focus on the sound of your breath. And if you're lying with your face turned to one side, please turn to your second side now. If you're simply symmetrical, or if your hands are crossed, you'd change the cross of the hands. But if you're symmetrical,
then you'll just stay as you are. And eyes can close, and you're just making sure you're constantly doing little check-ins with yourself, with your body. We're trying to stay very still in these poses, but also you don't want to be sitting there in agitation or irritation or pain or any hectic discomfort. Yes, there might be some discomfort, and that's where a lot of our transformation takes place in the body, in our practice. But you don't want it to be so distracting that you can't just be in the pose. So whatever options you need, please take them. All right. And then let's all come up. Place your cushions to the side for a moment. And then we're going to extend our legs out in front of us. So we're going to do the same kind of forward fold, but now with our legs straight. So here I can advise sitting on a cushion. If your legs or your back line is really tight, place a cushion in underneath those thighs. We can separate the legs tonight. Relax the legs, ankles, and feet. Again, maybe it's one cushion, maybe it's two cushions, maybe it's no cushions. Try be nice and symmetrical in the pose as you relax down. And we're just going to take about 10 rounds of breath here. So I really want you to completely relax. Just fold forward. And as you soften the head, the neck, soften into the shoulders and the arms. And specifically relax around the rib cage, the skin on the back of the body, so you can really breathe and puff into the back of the lungs. It's 10 full rounds of breath here. Just staying in the pose, even though the mind wants to be busy, the mind wants you to move and go and do and see and talk and tell. Just kind of let the mind know that you're busy. Put it on pause. Come back to yourself. Come back to the present moment. And then once you've finished your 5 rounds of breath, or 10 rounds of breath, you'll come all the way up. Again, let's place our cushions to one side for now and reach for your strap. If you don't have a strap, it can be an exercise band. It can be a towel. You just want to be able to strap both legs up towards the ceiling. So just holding onto those feet, flexing toes towards shins, and just letting the legs drain. So nothing fancy. A great substitute for this, or a great practice just to do in general every day, is to invert your legs. So place your legs up the wall, place them on your bed or on a couch. Just get the legs all the way up. Getting our lymph draining, getting the liquids moving, taking some pressure off the feet and the ankles. And your eyes can perhaps close here as you keep the shoulder blades on the mat. You're keeping the upper back, middle back, and lower back on the floor. But as you hold here, Perhaps the back line feels like it can open a little more, and you could always walk your hands up the strap. But keeping in mind, we're not trying to kind of go to our deepest stretches. You want this to be quite passive, very supported, very calm. You're not picking up any tension. All right. Let's keep our right foot in our strap. Release the left foot down. You're going to extend that left leg forward. Put the strap in your left hand, and like we did our twist earlier, you're just going to take that right leg all the way over to the left. We'll just hold 5 rounds of breath here, so not too long. That foot might not be on the floor. That's okay. You've got your strap now to help you support it. Keep rolling right hip down away from right armpits. And finish off those 5 breaths. Come back to center. Both legs up. Switch. Right leg forward. Strap into right hand. Left arm out. Left leg across into that twist. And you'll take those 5 full rounds of breath. Don't make the pose more than it is or less than it is. Just let it be what it is. Just being it. Feel what's going on. Listen. Become aware. And so we move out of our minds and into our bodies. All right. Finish those breaths. Come back to center. Last time here. Bring both feet into the strap. Stretch out the back of the legs. And then you'll bend the knees. Place your strap to the side. Again, hands either to the front of the knees or the back of the legs. And just give yourself a little squeeze here. A little rock side to side. All right. Move through a few little hip rolls here. Same as we did as when we started. Moving them together and apart. And just do one more circle like that. And then we're going to bring ourselves into a seat again. So bringing yourself up to sit. We're going to do either a child's pose here. So if child's pose is not accessible to your knees, you'll please go back into this butterfly pose. You'll move back into this forward fold. Otherwise, you can move with me. You're coming onto your shins. So big toes will touch, knees nice and wide apart. Reach for one of your cushions and place it in between your buttocks and your heels. Your other cushion or two will come out in front of you. See, this is where you may need to just work out which cushion is going to work where the best. So you can reach yourself forward, come to lie on the right side of your face, completely relax your wrists, your elbows, and your shoulders. Close your eyes. We're going to take 10 full rounds of breath here, so it's long. I want you to see if you can relax. If at any point this becomes too much for the knees, you could also take more of a puppy dog variation where you're not taking that much flexion in the knees, but you want to be able to relax. So then I would say rather take the butterfly pose.
All right. Just keep moving through those breaths in that child's pose. And once you've finished all 10 breaths, you'll switch over onto your left cheek. So turning onto the left side of the face. If you're still in your butterfly pose, if you did the same thing, if you were looking over to one side, you'll switch. Otherwise, you'll just stay symmetrical with the forehead down. Remember, it's 10 full rounds of breath. Completely relax through the shoulders. Observing where you are resisting in the pose, and can you ask those areas of the body to soften? Constantly reminding yourself why you are here. You're here to relax, to release. You're here to let go of whatever distractions, irritations, anxieties are keeping you from having a restful night. So just exhale that all out. All you need to be aware of right now is your breath. All right. And then you can bring yourself back to center. You can bring yourself all the way up. We're all going to come to lie down on our backs. So maneuver as you must. Lots of maneuvering in these classes, but they're nice holds. So kind of like we started, but without the butterfly legs. Legs are just going to be out in front of you. Support the back of the knees with a cushion. Place a second cushion in underneath your head. And then relax the body completely. Take the arms out to the side. Close your eyes. Relax the ankles, the knees, the hips. Let the body completely relax. And then we'll take our last few minutes here of Shavasana. So our rest pose. And it's going to be in complete silence from my side. So just allow yourself to be completely relaxed, knowing that I will bring you back out to close the practice in a couple of minutes.
If you would like to stay lying down, please feel free to stay here as long as you like. If you're moving into a seat to close your practice, start to bring some movement into your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, your arms and your legs until you find yourself in a nice full body stretch. As we started again, bend your knees. Place the cushion to the side. Slowly roll over onto your side and just pause here for a moment. So just laying the head on the cushion, relaxing through the body. When you're ready, you'll open your eyes if they're still closed. Pressing your hand into the mat, bring yourself up to sit. Crossing the legs. Bringing one hand and the other across the heart. Close your eyes. Take a moment to really thank yourself. Take a moment to thank your body, gratitude to your body for carrying you through this life. The last few moments here to repeat our intention of feeling calm, reconnecting, releasing. Constant daily work, constant conscious decision making to continuously put ourselves back into a state of healing and repair, back into our rest and digest. I thank you all very much for sharing in the practice this evening. If you're catching up, please let me know how it went and if you enjoyed it. To the rest of you who are here live this evening, if you fell asleep, fantastic. If you just finished the practice with me, I really hope that you are feeling relaxed enough to hit the sheets and just chill out for the rest of your evening. Please let me know how it was. Perhaps not tonight. I'm a big believer in taking some silence, especially after a practice like this. Maybe no phone time, or even asking whoever you're in the house with this evening to just have some silence, and then we can all catch up again tomorrow morning. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Jolene, Carrie, Lizette, Lauren, everyone. Happy to hear you enjoyed that. I hope you have a lovely sleep this evening, and that your bodies are feeling good. For those of you who are not part of the Jeff Life community, all this and more is on the Jeff Life membership. So that's guided meditations, guided walks, all these kinds of things, looking for a more, I guess, like holistic life, looking at everything from all angles. Is really what it's all about. So thank you for joining. To anyone who's new, It's such a pleasure, everyone. Pamela, enjoy this just before bed. It's perfect to do just before bed. Kuvi, such a pleasure. Sasha Lee, everyone, such a pleasure. I'm really glad you all enjoyed that. I'm going to try and look for the rest of you on here. We are all over the show tonight. Tomorrow morning, of course, our flow stretch session. That is at 7 a.m. And that is every morning, Monday to Friday, except for public holidays. So this Wednesday, there is, of course, our Jeffmas run. But then again, back for flow stretch on Thursday and flow strength on Friday. Guys, that's going to be me for the evening this evening. Thanks for joining. Mareka, so nice to see you here. Linda, Mom, thank you for joining. Lorraine, everyone. I'm very, very happy to hear you enjoy that. Oh, Iva was also here. Hi, Iva. Sending you all so much love. Valda, everyone, have a beautiful evening. Lorna, lots of love. And I will see you all in the morning, 7 a.m. Night.